Utlweletse Seabe Re in FM. Seabe Re in FM. Re go fepa ka boithabiso. We give you knowledge and we entertain.
To answer the question as to what inspired me to start Boikago Tutoring Service, I can say I was inspired by what I never had. Someone to believe in me. After matric, I realized that there were many learners walking the same path I had walked. Full of potential, but with no one to unlock it. I chose to become the guide I had searched for. And that decision only shaped everything that followed. The story behind the name Boikago is that Boikago is the name of my son and is in Setswana. So to what it means, I can further or I can elaborate by saying it means to build or to nurture. It is not just a name, it's a mission statement. Every lesson, every conversation, every learner interaction is a brick laid towards a stronger and more confident generation. To answer the question, how did I identify the need for tutoring service in mathematical literacy and EMS? I can say back in 2015, after I finished my matric in 2014, or after I've completed my matric in 2014, I didn't have a chance to go to university or to further my studies. So I had this eager to go to help because I discovered that I need to be the guide I never had. So I went to the Kotelo Secondary School to volunteer and I taught EMS. That's where I discovered that many learners need guidance as to how to comprehend EMS, especially in the accounting side. And to further explain how I identified the need, I remember in 2023, a learner brought me an assignment for help. I assisted him and he scored 100% in mathematical literacy. He then told me that there was a serious need at his school, especially in mathematical literacy. I went to observe and I found a gap, not in intelligence, but in support. That single moment opened the door for a movement. Starting in rural area came with the obstacle, limited resources, community criticism, a lack of structure. But I focused on result. When learners began to improve and parents saw transformation, some community members' support followed. Impact became my loudest marketing tool. To answer the question as to how do I tailor my tutoring sessions to address the specific educational needs of students, I can say as an individual, I have acknowledged that every individual is different. So I can say every learner is different. I don't use a one-size-fits-all method. I assess their level, listen to their struggle, and adapt my approach. I simplify concepts, relate them to everyday life, and most importantly, I build confidence because belief in self is the foundation of learning. To what makes Boikago Tutoring Service stand out for learners and parents in my community, I can say Boikago Tutoring Service is more than academic support. It is an emotional empowerment. I come from the same background as my learners. I understand their struggles and speak their language, not just in education, but also socially and emotionally. I walk with them, not ahead of them. To share a successful story from a learner or family in Seabe that highlights the impact of my tutoring service, let me highlight back around June this year, around June examination, 2025 June examination, I tutored a group of learners from grade 10, 11, and 12. Every single of them, or every single one of them, passed both paper 1 and paper 2 in mathematical literacy. This was more than just a single good result. It is a living proof that consistent guidance, belief, and discipline can transform a learner's future. Today, every learner currently registered with Boikago Tutoring Service is ranked among the top 10s of their schools or respective schools. But my journey of success stories began long before that. In 2015, when I first started volunteering at Dikotelo Secondary School, I worked with small group of learners in EMS. Many of them were struggling academically and lacked confidence in their abilities. Through persistent mentorship and personal attention, I watched them improve step by step. Years later, several of those learners returned to tell me they had completed matric successfully and had gone on to study further. Some pursuing teaching, others accounting, and others venturing into different careers. What makes these stories even more meaningful is the recognition and appreciation from parents. Many have approached me to share how they have seen their children grow, not just in marks, but in attitude and ambition. They speak about learners who now take initiative, study independently, participate in class, and even inspire their younger sibling. Some parents from the original 2015 group still stop me in the street to say thank you for the role you have played in my children's educational journey. In 2015 to 2023, the story has been the same. Learner discovering belief in themselves, parent witnessing transformation at home, and the community recognizing that Boikago Tutoring Service is not just about passing subject, but it's about building futures. And through it all, the words that stays with me are that Mr. Mello, you believe in us before we believe in ourselves. To answer the question of affordability, I can say affordability is not just a strategy, it's a responsibility. I offer an affordable service fee of 150 rands per subject for a duration of a month. And I also provide free lesson when necessary. I use minimal resources and prioritize impact over profit. Quality does not depend on money. It is rooted in commitment and consistency. Feedback I receive since I have started is that parents of the learners that were registered with the Boikago Tutoring Service tell me that their children are more focused and more confident and more disciplined. And their learners, on the other hand, tell me that they now believe in themselves. And some are in universities and others are working towards their goal. Many reach out for advices. To answer the question as to how has Boikago Tutoring Service grown or changed since I began, I can say Boikago Tutoring Service has evolved from a small effort into a holistic academic and mentorship platform. I have expanded beyond school tutoring to supporting university students, especially law students, more especially those in their first year. I assist them with study notes, writing strategies, and how to navigate pressure of tertiary education. Boikago is now a bridge between where learners are and where they want to be. To measure the impact of Boikago Tutoring Services on learners in our village, I can say I measure it through the result, academic ranking, passing rates, and university admission. But more deeply, I measure it through transformation. When a learner who once struggled begins to lead in class, or a young person who doubted themselves begin to dream again, I know the work is meaningful. To advise other young entrepreneurs in Seabe who wants to start educational project, I can say start small, start where you are, use what you have. Do not wait for perfection or permission. If your purpose is genuine, people will feel it and support it. Serve first, do your best, and always strive for quality than quantity. My motivation comes from the learners, their questions, their breakthrough, their gratitude. I also remain a student myself as I study law at University of South Africa. I grow in knowledge, discipline, and vision. I believe that the best leaders are lifelong learners. To conclude, I can say, especially as to emphasize the importance of education in Seabe, I can say education is not just about books, it's about liberation. In Seabe, many dreams remain locked behind the doors of circumstances. Education is the key. And through Boikago Tutoring Service, I'm not just tutoring, I'm unlocking those, opening minds, and lighting the way forward. And I will continue to do so, one learner at a time.
Seabe Re in FM. Re go fepa ka boithabiso. We give you knowledge and we entertain.